you? In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which a Cold War between the US and China breaks out. And China and allies will be represented by different shades of red, and America by red. A lighter color, slightly lighter, this is to represent alliances. With a quick shift. And now we'll use the green will be a proxy supported by one side. Basically, the purple will be China supporting the purple sides. And America is going to be supporting, and it's going to break out, let's say, over the Rus show. And this is where, like, their weapons are tested and stuff, but there's no direct confrontation. With both sides sending their best weapons to the stalemate. But Russia is allied to China, as you can tell. But this changes the war a bit. And this front, nope, that's too far in. Like there, literally. And well, he's going to join China's alliance, which is being formed. Well, they managed to get Belarus to join it. North Korea, Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Pakistan decides to join it. And Kazakhstan and Russia, Central Asia, allies decide to join. But America also competes in this region, with them gaining Vietnam's approval, Japan's, and the Philippines. Most of these are over defense. With the American alliance becoming a global alliance at this point, with them deciding to join an alliance with them. And then we'll use the color a lighter, slightly lighter for like allies, but not necessarily in a pact or an alliance, or not in the World Treaty Organization, but still an American ally nonetheless. Maybe a bit lighter would work better. And as you can tell, the Philippines fall under that, along with them. They may have an alliance with America. Yes, they do have alliances, but they're not a part of the World Treaty Organization. Australia and New Zealand quickly become their friends, along with Bosnia and Kosovo. Forgot Turkey's a part of NATO, and I didn't even realize I didn't have it in. Who knew? But right now, the conflict is now moving more so into Europe, seeing who can seize the most allies. With this being not that great for China, but pretty good for the American alliance. And well, Azerbaijan points more towards the west. And well, they get Iran to help them. Iran's not doing great right now, but anyways. With at this point, conflict erupts over. So these nations follows after they get Algeria to lean towards them. With Tunisia, Egypt signing pacts with America, but not necessarily their alliances. Algeria, Syria signs something with them for defense. Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Afghanistan decides to lean towards. Ethiopia decides integrating itself into it. It's a good idea. With Mexico deciding to sign an alliance, and Brazil, but not necessarily join the big alliances yet, because they're unable to, or they're not ready to integrate in. With China getting Cuba in these two nations. I called Guatemala and Honduras these two nations. It was a bit funny, though. And they managed to take over Trinidad. With them managing to get Panama, Colombia, and Argentina, and Chile to lean towards them, along with Guyana, Suriname decides to go somewhere else to make South America interesting. And then, I don't know what color to use, honestly. And this is what leans towards America. Leans towards, meaning they're more so pro one side than the other. This includes Paraguay and a few African countries. including Kenya, South Sudan, Nigeria probably. Or they lean slightly to China's favor. Maybe put it as neutral because I kind of go along with both sides. South Africa decides to join the big alliance. India leans one way. Israel, well, everyone knows how this will go. The Middle East, it goes the same way. With probably these nations, not Yemen, because Yemen's a proxy basically. These nations probably leaning towards America, but not necessarily pro-America. With Iraq joining the pact directly, along with Palestine and Yemen. With some nations are just going to be neutral at this point. Well, it's getting a bit interesting. Eritrea leans one way. Djibouti is definitely like this. And Somalia, well, it's basically collapse. Like, they're probably all supporting anarchy there, but anyway. With the rest of South America choosing a side. With most of Union probably being more pro-America. ECOWAS, probably. Which makes sense because of the coups, and America don't like the coups. And this is what leans towards China due to the current events in this region. Probably. Some of these nations I'm not too sure what they are more so. So I'm going to put I don't know as neutral. I don't see who they would... And maybe they would lean the other way because of history. Maybe. Historical reasons why they dislike you. And now let's do what makes sense. With China probably giving lots of money for them to lean towards them to cut off the neutral countries. And now here I'm just going to toss a bunch of random cards. Okay, this is what the dice said. So don't blame me if it's totally bad. Wait, Mauritania might decide to do an alliance because I don't really like Western Sahara that much. And then a few nations just go, like, yeah, let's just join them. I heard about Indonesia, but if Indonesia is smart, which I'm not sure, they would lean towards Australia in them, but I'm not too sure. With Thailand doing what you would guess, make an alliance. Bhutan, even though they don't recognize half of the nations of the world. Bangladesh. Yeah, I think they would lean that way. And I'm pretty sure Indonesia might actually lean this way. But it's hard to say, so I'm going to just make them neutral. If this video gets 50 likes, I'll make a World War III scenario based on this map. Red versus... And it'll erupt over probably Taiwan. Not the proxy, because that proxy is going to end. It's either going to favor one, and then we'll see World War III in another video. If this video gets 50 likes. How about 15 likes? So please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out! But not until you subscribe.